Hello everyone, this is Maria from mariascraftingcorner.com and I am really excited you're here with me today. Today we're going to be working on project number 2 of our July's paper pumpkin kit. And I am really excited because this kit is super cute. I know that I say that about all paper pumpkin kits, so you guys are going to stop believing me. But I think that every paper pumpkin kit has a uniqueness to it, and I just really enjoy them. If you don't know, I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and if you don't have a demonstrator and would like a catalog, just send me an email to maria@mariascraftingcorner.com. You can see it right below here. And I will gladly send you one of the catalogs. At this point in time, we have 3 catalogs. We have our annual catalog, we have the mini catalog, which is our new mini catalog, which has a lot of holiday stuff, and we also have our celebration catalog. So super excited. So again, just send me an email and I will gladly send them to you for free. And if you have any questions, let me know, and I will gladly sit down with you and talk about whatever you have a question regarding, if it's stamping or if it's the paper pumpkin kit or whatnot. And if you don't know what paper pumpkin kit is, oh goodness, it is a monthly subscription by Stampin' Up!, where for $23.50 shipping included, you will get everything you need to make the projects included in the kit. Most of the time they're cards, that is true, but there are times where they just make kind of some paper craft. Sometimes I've seen like pumpkins. That's from last year, and I think that for December last year they also had some sort of like a little bag with that you can just put food. Like, I keep thinking food. That's what I did. I made little cupcakes, put them in there, and just distributed around my family. But really cute options. And so you will get everything you need in there. And I always do this, and you will get it. Oops, sorry, all my stuff is there. In a little box like this. Okay, so super cool. Love it, love it, love it. Now we are going to do these cards. I'm just going to say this. Cards kind of tend to have different names. I've seen this card in many other, in other channels and in other, in Pinterest, for example. So some of them, they just call it gatefold. Somebody's called it floating gatefold. I think that Lisa Curcius called it floating gatefold. We can call it whatever. It's all good. It's just a beautiful card, and it's just worth it to play with it. Okay. If you've been here before in the paper pumpkin alternatives, you know that I try not to use anything that is not included in the kit. I will include, though, my own tools. Sorry, I'm a little sluggish there. So I will include my trimmer, I will include my bone folder, I will include my take your pick if I need to use them, I will include scissors if I need to use them, of course different types of glue, or adhesives, even if the kit brings its own adhesives. Each kit brings I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, an acrylic block. Let me rephrase that. Your first kit brings an acrylic block that you will be able to reuse, obviously, over and over again. I will be using my own blocks. These are Stampin' Up! Blocks. As you can tell, these are much thicker. Let me put them here in comparison. And so much easier to use. And of course, there are several sizes, so that makes it also easier. So that's mostly what I bring extra. So that are tools, those are tools that I am assuming that you somehow have. So you probably have some sort of adhesive / glue, a trimmer, some scissors, like that stuff that I think you have. The only other thing I'm bringing today, it's going to be a piece of white cardstock and a blending brush. I'll show you why here. I really like the idea of creating some sort of sky on it, and I think it looks super cute. The kit also brings, and I want to bring it up here, what we call a stamping spot. I am not going to use this one. I'm going to bring my own stamping pad, and we're going to be using this one. I love the stamping spots, and I use them, you know, for many things. If I have a card class here in the house, then I use those instead of using my big pads. Or if one of my nieces and nephews come to play, I can use that as well. So it's one of those things that I save for further use. I already have my big pad here, so it doesn't make sense to open that one, right? Let me see. I don't think I have anything else. Let's go to the crafting table. And funny enough, I made some changes the other day, and actually the app made some changes the other day, and it's kind of a little convoluted, so I'm a little bit lost. I think I have to organize it as it was before. Anyways, so I want to show you real quick. This is August kit. Oh my God. August kit, and it's called Sweet Sunflowers. It is, look at the beauty of the box it brings, and of course it has some beautiful stamps with some flowers. This kit actually brings 2 stamping spots, which I consider amazing, and because the stamp has one of those two times stamping. I always forget the name, but bottom line, you build an image with 2 stamps, and so it brings 2 different stamps. It also brings a little free gift, so really worth it. Don't miss it. If you want, if you're interested in it, follow the link below and you can subscribe to it. Okay, now if you subscribe for what we call prepaid paper pumpkin. So instead of paying the paper pumpkin kit every month, you can subscribe, let's say, for 6 months. You will be eligible for some of the celebration gifts, which is, as you know, it's free product for either your $50 purchase or your $100 purchase. Okay, so don't miss it. If you're really interested in paper pumpkin, use this to get some extra gifts, right? And I have here our celebration catalog, and I'm not going to show it to you, but I just want to note that there's some beautiful hippos, the dies for the hippos, some really gorgeous paper, and extra stamps. So completely worth it. Don't miss it. The last thing is, this is the paper pumpkin kit will always bring instructions, and as you can tell, these are the actual cards that you will build if you follow the instructions as they want you to make them, right? And the instructions are very self-explanatory, very simple to use. So here you go, it's very hard to make a mistake. Just as anything, and I want to mention this, anything Stampin' Up related, the color coordination is perfect, and this kit matches with Balmy Blue, Basic Gray, Bermuda Bay, Fresh Freesia, Pacific Point, and Poppy Parade. Okay, so the last thing, let's get crafting. Like I mentioned, I have a 5.5 by 8.5 piece of white paper, and we are going to go ahead and score these. Let me move this a little bit here. 2 1/8, and you guys know that I always have my cheat sheet right next to me. makes sense, right, to have that. So we are going to score here. Okay, a really good score, and we are going to fold. So you could do this two ways. Then you could turn this over. Well, actually, turn it like this. No, I was right. Sometimes I get confused about these things. It's just so interesting. Turn it over, move this back in here, go to the 1 and 1 1/8 inch, and score again. I saw another demonstrator, Lisa Curcio, doing this card, and she recommended to do one fold. Let's get our bone folder here, and then kind of fold with your hands, and kind of put it together. So put the end of the edge of this side against this edge, and push, make sure it's all aligned, and then push with your bone folder like that. And I try to, it's one of those things I'm like, oh yeah, interesting. I try to do it the other way, and she is right. Sometimes it's harder to really achieve these to be perfectly aligned with each other, and so there may be a gap. This way we avoid the gap situation. So you can do it either way. If it works for you the other way, fine. This is just another possibility. And here comes, let me bring my blending brush. These are Stampin' Up blending brushes. They are really amazing. It's really worth working with them. I am going to bring here 2 pieces of white cardstock. These are 7/8 by 4 and, let me see, I don't want to lie to you. 7/8 by 5 1/4. Sorry about that. And I am going to, this one is already scored. I'm going to go ahead and score this one. The other one, sorry, and we are going to score it at 1. Let's move to 2 and 4 1/4. Okay, so we have those scored, and we are going to start doing some blending with the brush. I'm going to blend these. I'm actually going to bring another piece of my grid paper that I have used in the past, and because I just want to be able to remove this. So you guys know we've talked about blending in the past. It's always easier if you blend a little bit in here so the color is not too strong. I like doing this softly, so all I'm doing is creating some color into it, so it's not just plain white, I guess. And as you can tell, again, really, really strong color, our Bermuda Bay. And I don't know what's there. There was, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to have something here. But but that shouldn't have happened. I'm not sure. There was like a, who knows what was that? Anyways, we have that. Now, we're going to leave those there, and we're going to bring our card base. And there is no way to create clouds in here with what we have. So I'm just going to go over kind of what I did with that, and we're going to create the sky, right? And let's go ahead, and we can do it separately. We can open it up. It doesn't really matter. All we're creating is the sky. Okay, and we can go even lower. And we're going to make some sea. And to do that, we are going to bring one of the envelopes. I'm going to move this a little bit here because I'm not going to use it right now, but we're going to keep using it. I just want to make sure that we don't like get this other part dirty, and then we have an accident. Ask me why or how I know, because it just has happened to me so many times. And so what I am doing is I'm going to create with this piece something that will sort of mostly resemble the sea. Hopefully it works well. It does not have to be perfect, of course. We are going to cut this at I want to say 2.5 inches. I'm going to put that away, and this is going to be our C. Now we are going to work on these, all the piece, and then kind of make it in a way that it'll fit perfectly later on in this area. Okay, so let's go back. Let me put that trimmer there. Bring our friend, and we are going to do the exact same thing here, just a little stronger. And like I said, we're going to decorate it all the piece, even if we're going to cut parts of it. Okay, and because this already has a color, I'm going to put a little bit of more in-depth color in certain areas, just so to create some different shading, right? Some different shading, something like that. And you can even work more with it. Now, if you already have your own oh my god, I blank out, your own ink pads, and you have different colors, of course you can make this more of a colorful way. I'm going to bring a little bit of water. I'm going to spray it a tiny bit, not a whole lot, because this is more like designer series paper, so it will get, and we're just creating a little bit of interest in here. I don't know if you can tell. This is a very common technique used just to create some dimension in backgrounds. Okay, now we're going to let these be for a little bit, but can you tell the difference? Not a whole lot. And you can use whatever spray you have at home. Even just wash really well the one that you have for your cleaning supplies and use that one. So that we did. Now the kit brings a circle. I guess circle is not the right way, but, and so what we're going to do, we're going to try to create some of the waves, give or take. I would like to use something smaller, but I don't have anything within the kit that is smaller that we can use. So we'll have to do with these big weights, big waves. And what we're going to do is we're going to grab our pen. I don't know why I give it up, but it doesn't matter. And we're going to just go ahead, center this a tiny bit, and go over. Okay. And then move these a tiny bit like this, and oops, that moved again, and just, and it doesn't matter if it looks like that because that's going to be cut off anyways. And I'm going to make this a little bit different here, kind of try to make, and that one goes there, and what we'll do is we'll just go like so, and finally one smaller one here. Okay, and yes, we are going to do some fussy cutting here because it's easier. Let me move that little circle out and just cut a little bit below the mark, the pencil mark, but that's why we use pencil, because we will be able to erase it as well, right? So not a biggie. I am not a scissors person. I've mentioned that many times in the past. For some reason, definitely scissors and I are not in the best of terms. I always think that this is, it's paper crafting. We are doing these to make somebody in our lives feel recognized or feel happy because they received a handmade card. And so I don't think they're going to be too concerned if our cuts are not perfect, like this cut I just made, which was really not cool. And again, people, it happens. I am not gonna lie. Now, if you don't like that, you can use these a little bit and kind of round it with your scissors if you want. But this is not cardstock, and so it won't take a whole lot of pressure on it before giving in. So do be mindful when we're doing this. Okay, let's see. We got it. So this is our C, quote unquote. I'm gonna throw that trash away. So what are we going to do is we are going to grab, and what I'm trying to do is calculate from here how to get as 2 waves in. And we may be able to cut in here a little bit further. Okay, I think that'll be fine. And I am just going to cut this in half, and I'm going to bring my trimmer because I don't want to get there. Mostly there. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to move these out. And I'm going to come back a little bit with my, and I'm not even putting extra ink, but just coming a little bit with it so we have some fun in here. And that's our C. We are going to grab our Stampin' Seal Plus. And if you hear people, there's a lot of people in my house today. We are going to get these in a line here where there's not going to be a leftover. And we can actually align. You know what? It's probably easier if we extend these a little bit. Align in with the corner. So I'm going to use this corner to guide me. Where do I need stuff, right? So there's one there. And one there. And this is perfectly aligned now, and we are going to, so that, I don't know if you saw that, but we'll use some glue. We're going to use our scissors and cut that one. And you can do this just by calculating the measurements. I'm just being lazy today. So I'm going to bring a little bit of glue because, oh, it's not working today. Of course it's not working. Why would it work? Okay, if you have glue and have those issues, try to have a pin that will help you. I have that one. I've had it for a very long time. There you go. Now that's a lot of glue that came out. We're going to put that back in. And now we're going to bring the other piece and see how we want these. Again, if you think about this, this is very simple because this is 2 1/8 we said, so you just can cut it at 2 1/8. I just make it like that because, again, just being a little bit on the lazy side. Let's move that stuff out there. We're going to use, so I'm actually going to make sure that this time I put it more inside. And we're going to use glue if needed anyways, right? And we'll extend the card, and we're going to put this one here. I'm going to use this corner this time to help me align this as best as possible. And we're going to close this, and we're going to cut that little piece in there, and voila, we have a C. Okay, it's just so funny. Sometimes things come in funny ideas. For the front, we are going to bring one of the seagulls. And that's one of the reasons why glue and I just don't get together very well. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna put that one there. I had thought about this, and I think I'm gonna try it anyways. So we have these clouds here. And I know it's not cool to like cut everything, but I'm going to cut this one. And we are going to do some fussy cutting here. It's hard to see. I'm not sure if you can see well what I'm doing, but it is a little bit on the hard side to see. I'm just cutting along the edges, regular fussy cutting, because what we're going to do is we're going to use the same brush and turn this into a little bit of extra dimension for our sky. Okay, so now we have some clouds here, not her. Let me bring our blending brush, and we're just going to give just the paths, because that way it kind of all matches in the same Bermuda Bay tone. This tone is specific point, and although it's gorgeous, it just does not, well, maybe in my brain, it just does not do super well. And that way it keeps more or less the same tone of colors, if that makes sense. And we are going to put it there, and we're going to cut it here in a minute because we need it to stick there, right? I may cut on the other side actually. Okay, let's put that away for 1 second. Now we're going to cut this side because I like these two in here. So let me see. We need about, oh my goodness, it's not even a whole lot. We need about, I'm going to cut these just like so, super quick. We are going to align it here, and then we have our clouds. Isn't that super fun? And then let's align the cloud in there, and we'll bring our already glued, I'm trying to look for a little spot where there's no glue, and we are going to put her right there. Okay, I'm liking it very, very much right now. We are going to use these bottle that comes with the kit. I'm going to remove this because I don't think I'm going to do any more of that right now. Anyways, we're going to keep blending a little bit. Oh, looking for this. And we are going to bring the beautiful boat. And I have my block in here. We're going to go get the block. And getting all inked up. We're going to put it in here. Good pressure on it. Just making sure my big head is not there in your way. And we are going to put the bottle around like so. Now, yes, this is going to be like that, but I think it's going to work a tiny bit like a closure, or maybe I'm just hoping. Now the kit brings a some twine. I am going to use, this one is from our previous kit, so I don't want to open that one if I don't need to. And I'm cutting about 12 inches, and what I want is I just want to create some fun in here, like it's, you know. So I'm trying to think. Okay, whoops, like that did not work well, in case you didn't notice. Oh, me and my bows. I know, people, it's pretty ridiculous how it works. Okay, I'm doing this so it's just stuck in there for now, and then we're going to create a little bow. And again, don't laugh at about my bow making skills. If you are much better, and just enjoy the spoils. Okay, so we are just making a little bow just to put some interest in it, really. It's what it is. And making these like that. I'm going to take a little bit of here, and we are going to put this one there. And we're going to use dimensionals, and we're going to use dimensionals just on one side. The kit brings dimensionals. Like I've mentioned so many times, I just save them and I'll use them later on because I have my own dimensionals around here, obviously. I use them a whole lot. I love dimensionals. If you've been following me for a little bit, you probably know that already. Okay, that one was not well. And I am just putting it in 1/2. I'm going to bring another dimensional up here, okay? And so we're going to stick it up here, and that's how it's going to look. So let's go back in here. We're going to bring this out. I'm not very good taking them out, but thankfully the backings of the dimensionals are really easy to take off, even with your hands, just like so. It's really good. It's really different from the ones I have bought in the past. Okay, and I want to kind of see, kind of put out there that keep thinking about this. Now it's not possible. Do I want this inside? Kind of would be more realistic, right? Let me see. We'll probably use this later. I'm gonna put this in here back. I like the idea of it being inside the sea, which makes a little bit of sense. Okay. Sorry about that. And you guys know that the paper pumpkin, okay, this is all stuck on me now. The paper pumpkin alternatives are always a little bit on the, how would you call it? On the go creation. Okay, I will need to move these thingy, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to. I don't think I'm able to, so that kind of sucks because I really wanted it to be inside. Like that would make more sense, right? Okay, let's try it. Okay, there's a tiny bit that is not working there. So my thought is this needs to go there, right? See, let's move that one up here, just like there. That one's gonna go there. Okay. Wishful thinking, people, doesn't work sometimes. So let's go back to gluing our little bird where we had it. So, ta-da! Birdie, and we're going to put this friend up here, just like I said I was going to, because yeah, that's what makes sense. I'm gonna put a little bit on the low side, because that way it has more flexibility when we open. So guess what? Back to the dimensionals. I think I'm gonna throw this away because that was a little bit disastrous. But we're gonna put some dimensionals in here. I'm sorry about that, but really that's how the creative process goes, right? You see one thing, you want the other, and you try the best you can to you know, kind of have fun with what you're creating. Okay, let's take this off. And we have one last one, and it came off pretty quickly. So I want to put it really on the lower side here. There, so it's easy to open. Okay, and this one I am going to glue a tiny bit there, so it is not. And that's the front of our card. What do you guys think? I think it's super cute. Okay, let me go back here. So we're going to open this now all the way, bringing back up our grid paper, and we are going to bring the ink and our blending brush, and we're going to blend in these because this is going to be the C. Okay, and kind of like we had done before, really soft. And yes, I'm going to put it all over to create the idea of, you know, like continuity. Sometimes I don't even know how to say this. I'm trying to be very mindful here of not getting that there. So okay, so you know, so I don't get my blending, my ink on that side. Now on the bottom, I'm gonna put a little bit, I'm gonna go a little yeah, put more ink on it, right? Because the bottom is always a little bit darker. True. So I know we've talked about being careful and put it in here, because as you can tell, first of all, this is a very strong color, and that way you don't get some of that, how would you call it? It just looks really blotchy. That's a good word, I think. If it means what I think it means, it is a good word. So we're doing some extra emphasis, of course, on the bottom of the C, bottom quote unquote, just like so. And we are going to bring one of the cardstock card bases, the one that is basic gray. And although it's not brown, I keep thinking that we need to, now you know what, I'm going to leave it as is. Now we're going to be using this here in a minute, but not yet. I want to show you one thing. So the kit brings, and let me bring the original piece so you see what I did. So the kit brings this piece of coral, right? And what I did is I just cut a part of it, and I'm going to use it as stencil. Obviously it's not going, I mean, we have to be very careful when we do it, but I think it's just going to give an interesting, and I'm going to do it on this side just because this one has already the dimensional, so it has some dimension to it and it's harder. So I'm going to grab my blending brush again, and we're going to go slowly to it, okay? With the advantage that if we go a little bit overboard, it will be okay. We're going to go slowly, but we are going to try to get it as strong as possible, right? Okay, moving up here. So you can tell we have to use our fingers to hold well the whole stencil, which means our fingers are getting really dirty, and it means again that we will need to kind of use our chamois to clean our fingers so we don't create chaos later on. I'm just using my fingers here so it holds, and then go back a little bit like that. Oops. And there you go. Isn't that super fun? Okay, so I'm just perfecting here a little bit. Fingers dirty, we bring the chamois, we clean our fingers, and we dry them all. My chamois is a little bit on the dry side, so I'm just bringing the one that, oops, did you see that? That was so funny. And cleaning myself, okay? So don't ever forget to have a good chamois handy. Definitely, it's a must. I'm putting some extra water here in my chamois. They are on the dry side. We're going to bring some of the stamps. I think we don't need this anymore. We're going to bring some of the stamps in here, and we're going to use them. Okay, I'm cleaning my little boat. Well, like a little, not little boat, but let's bring. And what we're creating, oh, you know what? I have the thing, we're going to create some interesting here as well. Just a little bit. And we dry it just a tiny bit. So, I've said this many times, I always try them first. I'm going to put one here. And what we're creating really is a background, right? A fun background. I'm going to put this one just like around there. And maybe one there. Okay, and I knew that was going to happen, but I still try. Why not? We are creating the background in just one color because we have only one color. I am going to use these sea stars. And we're going to do this here to correct that mistake. And we're going to put a couple in here. There. Just for fun, right? This is all fun. You can decorate this however you want, of course. The last thing I'm going to use is, we are going to use the little seahorse that comes in here. And I'm just going to put one here. And there he is. Okay, so this is our sea scene with just one color. Okay, now let's go back to these. These are the pieces that we made earlier. Let me use these and that one. Okay, so we have one and then we have the other one. A little bit of water. It doesn't matter because that is going to be covered. Always looking at the watch, at the clock to see where we're at. Okay, so you guys remember we have two close ones, and then also two scores that are close to each other, and then one separate one. This is the one that we're going to put on the side of here, okay? And the other one in here. Now, let's move this a tiny bit out of disaster zone. I am seeing here that it's too white for the actual colors, and so oops, that's a little bit wet too. No, it's not this. So I am kind of using these a lot, so we don't have a whole lot of white. It's not going to show really, but I just don't want a whole lot of white in our whole scene, like, you know. So I'm just going over it again. Some of it will not even be seen, but okay, there you go. Quick and easy. So we need, let's go back here for a moment. We are going to use, before we put those, oops, we are going to cut using the Bermuda Bay cardstock, card base that comes with the kit. We are going to go ahead and cut these at 2 1/4. So we're going to make squares. I'm going to take this out because there's still like the score line there. So it's 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. And I'm going to move these here. And that's 2 1/4. Yep. And 2 1/4. So we have one. And I think this is going to be too small, so we'll put that little piece there, and we go back here to 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. Okay. And we are going to use some white. If I find my white, it's hiding from me. Found it. And we're going to cut these 1/8 smaller. So 2 1/8, and I think we're going to just go ahead and cut the whole piece, and we'll have the ability to cut it all together. So 2 1/8 and 2 1/8. Okay, so we have, these are the pieces that we're going to put in here, and I am following the instructions by Lisa Curcio in her in one of her videos, very similar to what she did. So you know, I'll link it below. And so that's what we have. Okay, so this is what I want to put one of these. So this is part of what the kit brings, and I love the pop of color, the pop of reds in it. It also brings that I'm looking for it, sorry. I thought I had one out, but obviously I don't. So let's go and grab it. It brings one of these. And I keep thinking I want some of these inside. But the truth is, I may just stick the sentiment in here and leave this in as is. And maybe put some of these somewhere there. We'll cut it in the base of the card. So let's go ahead and put this in here. Oh yeah, let me do this. I'm gonna bring this in here. You guys know that nothing sticks to the silicone craft sheet, so use it confidently. We are going to bring, let's see what will fit there. I'm gonna put like wishing you all the best on top. Let me bring the other. Did you guys see that? First time stamping here. Okay, I am trying not to get my head there. If I do, I'm sorry. I am going to move this a tiny bit towards me. I hope you still see. It looks like you can still see. So I can put this as straight as possible. I'm actually going to do it cricket. And I've said that many times. I really struggle putting things straight, and it sometimes is a little bit harder because the glare doesn't allow me to see really well. So I really try to avoid putting my big head there. And I am going to use the little roll of paper, and I'm going to put it in here just like that. And now we have a fun area for the sentiment. Okay, so see, nothing sticks. That's why we loved our silicone craft sheet. I'm just putting this together here. And we'll do the same thing with this. Okay, I have some leftover glue for, I'm not even sure from what. We'll center this one in, and then we'll glue our red beautiful seahorse. Bring the glue in. Okay, there we go. And he's gonna go there. Very cute, I think. We are going to use, I'm gonna move these out there. I'm gonna bring these are the bubbles, quote unquote. And I'm gonna use just a tiny part of it and put it in here. Just a little bit. I'm actually gonna stamp all the way. That's one. Okay? Just some fun details. That's what it is. Okay. Now let's move out of here. So let's kind of start building this. So this is going to go here and here. I really want a pop of red, more red in here. So I'm going to bring this one and I'm going to put pieces of it. So we can create some fun with it, okay? Let's see, what do I want this? I think I want, nope, not there. I think I want it on this side. Oh yeah, I like it like there. So let's bring this. And I didn't think of this beforehand, so sorry about that. But like I've said many times, my this is always an on-the-go production. Okay, so there goes one. Okay, and we're going to cut tiny piece about this size. Let's see if this works. And we're going to put it in here. I like it between those stars. We'll cut and the rest when it's done. There between the stars. So again, we create some pop of color, and we'll just trim the tiny piece. Okay, and I think that it needs some pop in here, so I'm just gonna cut it already and cut that way because it already has, like, that looks, obviously it's been cut. and put this one here. Okay, forever. I need to figure out how to make this shorter. Obviously, I'm not very good at it, but we'll get there eventually. Okay, now these two pieces, and I want them like here because we need to calculate. Where's my squares? We need to make sure that this square who's going to be here does not go, you know, above the card or below the card in this case. So I want, let's see, I think I want this one up here. So we are going to align these. So remember, we have 3 areas. This one, that is one score line, and then these 2 score lines that are together, right? So we are going to align the single one, the lonely one, in here. And we're going to close it there and make sure that our card, that our little square, one center is still within the card. And it is. And we are going to, I like how Lisa says it, we don't need to recreate the wheel here really. So we're going to put some, let me bring their silicone, because sometimes it just likes to struggle. And we are going to go ahead, oops, that got a little crazy in there. Put it like, so we put it on this side, and this is the side that's going to go. So it has to flex this way. And we're going to put it between those 2 little dots, barely visible. Don't do what I just did. Thankfully, I did not push. Be mindful that it's straight. Maria. Okay. That's straighter. And then we are going to put some glue in here, and we're going to again use our silicone craft sheet, ring our Stampin' Seal Plus. You can absolutely use glue. It's probably easier with glue. I'm just not using glue because it makes it and what we're going to do is just close this like so and straight up, make it straight. I'm putting my big head there, sorry. I'm making sure that it's straight, and then we can adhere this, and I'm glad that we went over that. And actually in this case I'm going to put the Stampin' Seal Plus on our little strip, and we're going to put it there, make it straight, and then this will go like so. So that's what we're creating. And for some reason now I can't find it. Jesus, I was kind of scared. So we're going to put this one in here on the lower end. And let's bring the other piece. So remember, glue in here, and this goes on that side. So the single side goes in there. And we had sort of already seen where it was. And so I'm just going to put it up here. So I'm using more or less the same distance in there. And if I'm mistaken, well, it'll show up. Oh no, it doesn't. Good news. And now we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to put the glue in here, and we're just going to glue this as is. We extend it all the way and adhere. There you go. And now we'll get our beautiful, our beautiful seahorse. Get this one in here. And align and make it straight. And there we go. I am thinking I want another seahorse. That one there. Where's my ink, Maria? I found it. Don't worry, people. I want another one like up here. Maybe one here. Okay. And that's our card. So these will fold perfectly and will fit perfectly in a regular envelope. And now the last thing I would like to do is try to put some of these, like a sentiment here. I didn't think much about the sentiment on the front of the card. So we have a couple that I like. Can't wait to see you is probably cute. We could have put it in here without much of it, right? But it's kind of risky to do it now. And I'm not sure I want to waste this thing for that. Thinking. I told you guys, this is on the go process. So I'm cleaning my stamps because we've had that discussion. We want them to last a very long time, and the best way to really care for our stamps is cleaning them right away, or as soon as possible. And I'm putting them all together so I don't lose them, because that is always a bummer. Ask me how I know. We are going to do something, kids, that I don't recommend you do at home, but I'm going to try to stamp this. We have some glue issues here. Okay, that's working well. I am going to have to put my big head in front of your view. I am sorry about that, but I really want this to be straight. Okay, it's hardly noticeable. If you have black at home, use the black. That's probably a better idea. But this is our card. I think it's super cute. So you have the can't wait to see you and wishing you all the best. I don't know if you guys noticed, there's like some glue things in here and it's kind of dirty. So you guys can't imagine what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to go ahead and do this as well. It won't take me anything, and that will disguise, see that little drop? It will disguise it. Doesn't take but 1 second. And that way, again, that's one of the beauties of crafting, is that you are able to fix a lot of this stuff, right? Just on the go without a lot of issues, and that way it's way less noticeable. Okay, so this is our card. Thank you, Lisa, again for the inspiration. But there are plenty types of gatefolds all over, so this is just one of them, and I think this is super cute. So you have your whole, oops, I'm off camera, sorry, your whole sea inside scene and your outside scene. It's here. I'm thinking I would like to do some more stars, but I'm gonna leave it as is. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your support and you hanging out with me while I am crafting. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me go back here 1 second. Much better. Again, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. You know how much it helps us here in YouTube. And if you like the general content of my channel, please subscribe to it and hit that notification bell so you receive an update whenever I am going live or whenever I am uploading a video. I go live Tuesdays at 6 Mountain Time, and I upload the Paper Pumpkin alternatives on Thursdays. If you are interested in becoming a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, this is a wonderful time to join. Let me show you. These gorgeous agenda, okay, let me go back to, because that had to happen. This gorgeous agenda will be free with your starter kit. So for your starter kit, which is for $99, you will always get $125 worth of products. So kind of 25% discount, but this agenda will be added for free, and it is perfectly gorgeous. It brings 3 books, notebooks. It brings, these are all my notes and everything. It brings months. It is absolutely gorgeous, super useful. Don't hesitate to get it. Look at the stickers it brings. Isn't that gorgeous? So again, don't hesitate to get it. Don't hesitate to become a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. There are many, many good things about it. Rewards and good things. Let me go back to me. Many rewards. It is worth it. The moment you enroll or become a demonstrator, you get 20% off, and then after that you will get after 3 months you will get 25% off once you become a bronze member. So anyways, if you have any questions about that, please send me an email at mariascraftingcorner.com, and I will gladly, very gladly I guess very gladly, sorry, I'm just making fun of myself, answer any of your doubts and questions. And again, go ahead and visit my website, mariascraftingcorner.com, so you can check out the reward system I have. I have a very nice reward systems for you, and if you spend more than $50 or $50 and more before shipping and handling, you will be able to get a free gift. And there's also some points that you can get, you can like accumulate for later getting a free gift card. So again, I am very happy you were here with me, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.